Hello, welcome to Birmingham on a cold winter's morning. The first night we really had a proper frost and the city is just coming to life. The market stalls are opening, people are starting to come out into the streets, and I thought it would be a lovely time just to take you for a little stroll before our Christmas markets get busy, just to take a little look at the city and a couple of the parts of our Christmas art trail for this year. I hope you enjoy it. So we are in Chamberlain Square, and Chamberlain Square is decked out with a great spot for people to take a selfie. They can be all wrapped up as a Christmas present in this fantastic spot between our museum, our council house, and of course Birmingham Town Hall, one of our fantastic pieces of 19th century architecture, and a fantastic concert venue. We'll be very busy with festive events at this time of year, and we're going to be heading through into Victoria Square, which is where we can find the market, the main German market. So Birmingham's German market is, because of its links with the city of Frankfurt, twinning links since the 1960s. So it's a large German Christmas market. The stall holders, the stalls come over from Germany each year, and we're welcomed by, well, I have to say, a Father Christmas who, I hope it's a food accident that somebody's had, but he does look like he's been in a fight of some kind. Unfortunately, I hope somebody comes and sorts him out before too long. Ho 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 would have turned into oh when he was being attacked, if that's indeed what he was. So this is what the market looks like in the morning sunlight. Of course, might be more used to seeing it in the evening time, but always a great atmosphere, and the stores are just starting to open up, especially the food stores here on Victoria Square. And this year, last year we had the snowman, and this year we have the snowman's companion from the famous children's books, the Snowdogs, and they're all done up in various kinds of festive attire by some of the artists. They're the fiberglass figures, so they are by Wild in Art, which is our company that does a lot of these art trails, animal art trails that we've seen on our tours. There's a fantastic one called Roo Dog. And here, what do we got here? The Bauermühle, the farmer's mill. You can buy mushrooms and fried potatoes from them. And you'll find on a lot of the stalls, you've got the Birmingham coat of arms there. We'll see the Frankfurt coat of arms as well as we carry on. A brilliant carousel here, very traditional part of any festive event here in England. And the traditional music from those fairground organs, which were really sophisticated technology when they were first invented back in the 19th century. So there we've got Frankfurt German Christmas market. Cool. What we can get from there, or you can get your German sausages there. There's the Frankfurt coat of arms with the white eagle on it. The markets are still pretty big, but they're not as big as they were, and that is unfortunately a result of political situation. Due to Brexit regulations, it's much harder for much more paperwork for the businesses from Frankfurt to come over here, to get permits for all their staff to come and work here for a couple of months, and some of them have just decided it's not worth the hassle, and so unfortunately the size of the market is reduced from what it was at one time, but it is still an impressive market, and lovely to see the fountain running here with it's not frozen, it's not that cold, and there's the council house at the top looking really fantastic. And here's our Christmas tree, which is donated by the Swedish engineering company Sandvik. So it's a Scandinavian Christmas tree that we have in Birmingham every year. Just like in London they have the Norwegian tree, they have a Scandinavian tree here in Birmingham as well. From that company that opened up a branch here on the edge of the city back in the 1950s, and were just grateful for the way that they were welcomed into the city as a part of the local culture. And we start to come down into one of the areas along New Street when we find a few of the decoration stalls. Always lovely to see those. And actually it's quite nice to be in the markets when they're just getting opened in the morning, because so much easier just to stroll, and actually if you want to go and think about buying things from the stalls, coming at a time when you can actually move around easily and actually get to the stalls and you can hear yourself think, because I can guarantee you that especially at a weekend, by the late afternoon, early evening, they have a one-way system here going up and down the street with marshals kind of making sure that people go the correct way, so to speak, and they will be absolutely packed with people. The streets around here, well, some lovely ceramics and traditional little houses here and decorations. Pretzels. Doesn't get much more German than that, does it? Morning, Morgan. Brezel stall. And here's one of my favourites. This is one of the real kind of typical decorations and stalls that you'll find on a lot of these German style Christmas markets. I want to take you into one of our lovely little independent shopping arcades in a fascinating building, the Picadilly Arcade it's called, and this was the site of Birmingham's very first cinema, which opened in the first few years of the 20th century, and was a cinema for about 20 years before they decided it was not big enough, because going to the cinema had become so popular, and so they moved to a bigger space. And ever since then it's been a shopping arcade, and it's always beautifully decorated at Christmas time. And we've got the lovely window displays here. We've got the isn't that lovely, a new store opening there, Clay's. I don't know what they do. I'm not sure what they do. That used to be an outdoor sort of camping gear and footwear shop in that space. And they've got this great little entranceway, isn't that beautiful? And then lovely decorations as we go inside, and it's where we can also find one of our Snowdogs. There are 10 in total around the city. I'm just going to show you a couple of them today. But here's the Snowdog. This one's called a Rudel. Really nice. He looks like he's made of snow, doesn't he? He really does look like he's made of snow, with a piece of coal for his nose. I'm going to go and oh yeah, he's quite bristly, but pretty cute. And they've got various fantastic photographs of Birmingham Christmas scenes. I wonder if I'm on any of them with a gimbal in the background somewhere. Captured in the act of bringing you a tour. There's the big wheel up on the Centenary Square. The skating rink, the temporary skating rink, always popular, also up on Centenary Square. And this is the Cathedral Square, where they have the market and various entertainments. We're going to go up there in a little while. And here on New Street, starting to get busy, you know, one of our main shopping streets. It's really starting to get into that festive season now, where people are out looking for presents, looking to enjoy some family time, maybe various entertainments and events going on. People starting to think about celebrations as well, heading out to have a nice festive drink after work and with their friends and so on. And then we've got the donuts, the Berliner. Always a nice store. Look at that. Can we get apple, Black Forest flavour, Kinder chocolate, jam, custard? Ooh. And more festive displays here. It's very much like the houses that are very popular in the Netherlands. I know my colleague Lee did some tours in Amsterdam involving some of those kinds of artworks. Wow, look at this. Drinking horns. Now that really is going back to the old ways. You feel like you might be in a Lord of the Rings film or Game of Thrones or something like that, quaffing your ale from a drinking horn. And here we've got one of my favourite German Christmas specialities, Nuremberg gingerbread. So the German gingerbread, or Lebkuchen, very, very popular all year round, but particularly associated with Christmas, when people make the traditional gingerbread houses and things like that. Another tree. And we're going to head up Cannon Street, which anyone who knows me or has been on several of my Birmingham tours will know this is one of my favourite parts of Birmingham. I love this street because you step off the main street and look how quiet it is. You leave that noise behind you and you feel like you're just stepping back in time, because the shops may have changed, but the basic look and feel of this street, I don't feel, would have been much different if we'd have been here 100 years ago or more. It's a lovely historic street. We're going to make our way up it. As everywhere in big cities these days, with big public events, there's a huge security operation that goes with it, blocking off the potential access points for vehicles. That could be someone using a vehicle for some kind of maybe terrorist purpose. So very keen to close off all those access points around the markets with barriers. Now ahead of us is quite a modern building, but would have for many years one of Birmingham's leading shopping spots. You know, would have been having a prime time at this time of year, and that is a department store that's traditionally in Birmingham is known as Rackham's. It's these days part of the House of Fraser group. It was rebuilt after damage during World War II, but you know, for so many years this was one of Birmingham's big department stores, very important Christmas shopping location. Oh, here comes the tram. Oh, Corporation Street and the main street of Birmingham, where trams these days pedestrianised since the tram line was extended through the city centre. Yes, it is House of Fraser. House of Fraser sounds a little bit more old-fashioned, I suppose. And we're heading up towards St Philip's Cathedral Square, and in the churchyard is the Cathedral Square Christmas market. Which is where we will find some of the stores. These stores generally open a little bit later, so probably won't be open just yet this morning. I did want to get filmed before it gets too busy in the city, otherwise it just becomes impossible. There's too much noise, there's too much music, which can get videos taken down if you fall foul of the copyright algorithms on YouTube. And the difference between the markets down in the centre of the town and the Cathedral Square market is the fact that the Cathedral Square market is dedicated to local businesses. So you have in Birmingham this history of creative industries, of tradespeople, of craftspeople making things, and the Birmingham maker community is very, very strong, and they have this Cathedral Square market for several years now, and the way they do it is they have 4 weeks, and a lot of the stands are given to a different person each week because they've got more people than can ever be accommodated, so they allocate a store to a person or a business for a week, and then they change them over on each week of the market. But always great to see the way that the city and its community supports these independent businesses, and there is a fantastic independent business community here in Birmingham. Still to this day there's a lot of, we have a card, a loyalty card that you can use specifically with local independent businesses that sign up and do special promotions and cross promotions and so on. There's strong business communities that and events and business forums that local people can sign up to, and if they are working as independent businesses. I have a number of friends who are very active in that area, including a friend who is involved in embroidery and textiles, and she's one of the prime movers behind this independent makers market on the Cathedral Square. Now I'm going to show you one of our, there's a very famous restaurant called the Ivy, a chain started in London and is now in several UK cities. Very expensive restaurant, but I do like their Christmas bear. Isn't he cool? I'm just hoping they don't charge for looking at the bear. You know, I don't want them to come out and bring me a bill for £30 for looking at the Ivy's bear. But he's pretty cool, isn't he? And I do think his Christmas sweater looks a little bit like a hockey jersey to me, but maybe that's just the way my mind works. So we come on to the Cathedral Square, and in Victoria Square we had a traditional carousel, so part of a fun fair, any big public festivities. Here we have the Helter Skelter, the slide, and fantastic to have that next to the church, next to the cathedral. Now I don't remember which cathedral it was. It might have been Gloucester. There was one of the big cathedrals in England where they actually had a market and things like that in the cathedral, where they had a Helter Skelter set up inside the cathedral. Birmingham Cathedral is no way big enough for that, St Philip's here. We have the Helter Skelter though in the grounds of the cathedral. Here's people getting set up. I didn't really like those slides even when I was a kid. I wouldn't like it now because I don't think my backside would fit down the chute anymore. There's a cathedral looking lovely. Baroque cathedral built in the early 18th century, designed by Thomas Archer. Beautiful. And yeah, the stores here not yet open, or some of them just getting open for the day. It's nice to be here when it's quiet. And one of the things they have each year here is what they call a pop-up pub. And the pop-up pub, a temporary pub as you can see, and it's for the first couple of years it had different names. Now it's they've settled on one name each year. It's the Pigeon in the Park, and that's because this churchyard, St Philip's Cathedral churchyard, is known colloquially as Pigeon Park because of the amount of pigeons that are here, and particularly they descend at lunchtimes when people from the surrounding offices often come outside and eat their lunch here in the churchyard. So I don't think unless they've got very, very good patio heaters, I don't think those chairs up there on the balcony are going to be so popular yet today. But the Pigeon in the Park will be open soon, and there's its sign, established 2021, the Pigeon in the Park. There's the pigeon with his little Father Christmas hat on, looking pretty cool. Toast your own marshmallows, cathedral carvery. And here we got another Snowdog, which this one is called Elf, taking on the persona of the film Elf, and transforming the Snowdog into that particular character. It's cool. Great in the sunshine there. And here with the Christmas tree in the Cathedral Square. I'm going to take myself around to the other side of the cathedral, and we are going to end here because it's starting to get a little bit busier, and I did want to just show you a little bit of the markets, what they look like this year, and have a little look around in the morning before everything is open and absolutely chaotically busy. So here's the Christmas tree again, and there's some strange character that I discovered wandering around at the markets on this particular cold morning. So I hope you've enjoyed this little look, and you're enjoying all the videos that we're sharing with you on the Absent calendar. And keep watching, keep looking out, see what surprise each day brings, and I'll see you very soon. Thank you all.